What if the biggest free agent in baseball just confirmed what championship architects have known all along? What if the dynasty Toronto is building isn't a dream, but mathematical certainty? The latest insider report on Kyle Tucker's free agency just validated everything. In Jays Nation, the evidence is overwhelming. Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome to Jays Quick News, your go-to spot for the latest Toronto Blue Jays updates. Before we dive into this massive Kyle Tucker development proving Ross Atkins is playing three-dimensional chess while other GMs play checkers, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell because championship eras don't announce themselves quietly. When was the last time you saw a franchise execute a championship plan this perfectly? MLB. Com's Mark Feinsand just published what might be the most important free agency update of the winter. In an article that dropped hours ago, Feinsand revealed something that should make every analyst reconsider how intelligent organizations operate. The consensus no. One free agent of the offseason has had a relatively quiet market to this point, with his visit with the Blue Jays last month at their spring facility in Florida representing the biggest news of his winter. Toronto remains the favorite to land Tucker, sources said. The Blue Jays aren't favorites because they offered the most money first. They're favorites because Tucker visited Dunedin in early December and saw something few franchises can show. A complete championship ecosystem already operational. Tucker is from Tampa, so geography was convenient, but proximity doesn't make you the favorite for a $400 million commitment. What makes you the favorite is demonstrating that every organizational decision has been calibrated toward one outcome: sustained championship contention. Let's talk about what Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro have actually built, because this isn't just good management. This is championship architecture at a level we rarely see executed this cleanly. Start with the foundation. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 26 years old, signed for 14 years and $500 million in April. That's not just securing a superstar. That's announcing to every elite player that Toronto has a generational anchor terrorizing pitchers until he's 40. Now the pitching infrastructure. Dylan Cease, 29 years old, 7 years and $210 million, gives you a legitimate ace who can dominate October. Tyler Rogers, 34 years old, 3 years and $37 million, led all of baseball with 81 appearances in 2025 with a 1.98 ERA. You're buying the most durable contact management specialist who handles high-leverage situations anywhere. Add Cody Ponce at 3 years and $30 million, and you've constructed pitching depth that survives 162 games and deep playoff runs. Here's the insight separating elite organizations from good ones. The Blue Jays didn't build this hoping to attract stars. They built it knowing championship infrastructure attracts championship talent organically. Tucker sees a team that won 94 games after finishing last place. He sees a roster that pushed the defending champion Dodgers to 11 innings in Game 7, coming within 2 outs of a title. He sees George Springer, at 36 years old, having a career renaissance because player development optimized his mechanics. The Yankees are too left-handed, the Dodgers want shorter commitments, the Mets are unpredictable. But Toronto showed Tucker a blueprint that works. Kyle Tucker in 2025 posted 266, 377, 464 with 22 home runs, 73 RBIs, and 25 stolen bases across 136 games. That 841 OPS came from a left-handed hitter, combining elite plate discipline with 30 home run power and game-changing speed. He's 28 years old entering his prime, a 4-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger winner, and World Series champion. But here's the strategic genius of adding Tucker. He doesn't just fill a roster spot. He solves multiple championship equations simultaneously. Left-handed power? Check. Elite on-base skills protecting Guerrero? Check. Defensive excellence in right field? Check. Post-season proven mentality? Check. You're adding the exact piece that turns a dangerous lineup into an unsolvable puzzle for opposing staffs. The most underrated aspect is how this positions Toronto's championship window. Bo Bichette remains unsigned, and the Blue Jays can absolutely afford both Tucker and Bichette. With Springer's contract expiring after 2026, Toronto has massive financial flexibility opening when their young core enters peak performance years. Imagine this October lineup: Bichette, Tucker, Guerrero, with depth pieces performing elevated roles. That's not a one-year window. That's a 5-year dynasty framework. Championship organizations don't build for one title. They engineer sustained excellence. The Blue Jays understand that distinction. So here's the reality. Toronto isn't just the favorite to sign Tucker. They've constructed the exact infrastructure, making signing Tucker the logical outcome of superior planning. They've spent $277 million this offseason on Cease, Ponce, and Rogers before landing their primary offensive target. They've got Guerrero locked on the largest no-deferral contract in baseball history. They're 2 outs from a championship with room to add elite superstars. This isn't gambling. This is calculated championship architecture executed by one of baseball's most underrated front offices. When Tucker signs, it'll be confirmation that smart organizations planning correctly win the talent war every time. What do you think, Jays Nation? When Tucker puts on that Blue Jays uniform, how many championships does this core deliver? Drop predictions below, smash that like button, and subscribe because this dynasty is beginning. This is Jays Quick News.